Welcome back, everybody. Automotive Inc. Today we're going to be working on a dreaded door that we have almost on every camper we've ever had. Before we get started, smash the subscribe button. It is free to do, but it does help a small channel out. Notification bell and thumbs up at the end. I'm going to show you guys basically something that I've encountered on every dang fifth wheel. So every fifth wheel, every camper, typically these doors are not lockable for whatever reason. If they feel like people may need to get in here really quick and shut the propane off or something to that effect. But no matter what the case is, these things always just seem to roll open on the way down the road, and then this door starts flapping. There is ventilation underneath the thing, so it can draft air and cause this to buffet. And no matter how much you try and adjust this or bend this, it doesn't work. No matter how much you try and seal it with extra sealing. We see they put on some extra sealing here, and we have the old sealing here that's already peeling off. Now these door frames do take quite a beating in here from taking in and out the propane tanks, but that's really not the flaw. The flaw is these things, just over time, they get loose. And I'm telling you, if you have this door flap open and for some reason this little piano hinge snaps off, trying to find a new door, or the cost of that is well worth the problem when it comes to what we're going to do today. We're going to take this door right here, well actually both doors, and we're going to take them from this. I'm going to show you for less than 20 bucks how you can get a new seal on there. We're going to get rid of this old seal, this shouldn't be here, and how we can swap this out to this, to a key where we can get that firm latch, and now it's not going to move at all. The door may still buffet. I mean, that's could be inevitable on any of these compartments, but now you're not going to lose this door for any reason, because like I said, if you're driving down the road and this flaps open, the wind rips it off, or another car hits it while it's flying open, and sometimes you're just not in a position to always stop safely for a while, so you may be stuck with this thing just flapping. So now I'm gonna show you. Here's our new seal. We got all the boogery stuff off of the old seal, and now not only does it seal better, but we have a locking mechanism. And like I said, for less than 20 bucks you can do the seal. You can buy yourself some Goo Gone, and you can change out your key tumbler, and that way you have it. Every other compartment is locked. So again, maybe it is a concern that you need to get into this propane tank super fast or whatever, but I always have my camper keys with me anyway, or in the door, so if something was going on in there and you can actually put your hand in there, well, then you have the time to probably unlock it. It takes all of 20 seconds. To be honest with you, if it's that big of an emergency, pop the bottom tumbler and rip the door open. That little tumbler will bend right out. But it also puts in security, so if you're putting this bad boy in storage outside in an RV park, nobody can steal your tanks. So before we get started too much into it, guys, the first thing you're going to want to do is remove the old striping, and if it starts tearing like that, stop and then go back to a different place, because we really got to get this backing off, the old backing. Again, this is only an 18, and you can see that the sealing, the rubber's already, crumbled and moved and stuff, and it gets caught when you take your tank out, and it bends the frame and everything. All right, so once you get this first layer off, we've got most of the backing off. This is what's left of the adhesive. Now, if you want to bend this back with a pair of pliers or vice grips, it's aluminum, so it will bend easy. As we can see here, there's no way to adjust the hinge, so it's riveted in there, so there's nothing to do there. We got this one off. So now we're going to take our handy dandy Goo Gone. Now you guys can use acetone or whatever else you like. I wouldn't use paint thinner on this. I like this one because it's easy to clean off, and it's not a super caustic chemical that is bad for you. But if you're going to use one of the other ones, I would definitely wear yourself some gloves. So we're just going to apply this liberally around this edge and then let it sit for about 5 minutes and let it eat into all of the adhesive, because we want a good surface for our new seal we're going to put on. Now, while we're waiting for the Goo Gone to do its work, which is breaking down that adhesive, it may just wipe right off, but the harder, the older places, they probably won't. We're going to address the other elephant in the room, which is our securement. And again, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a cost factor or not, but when we had our Class A motorhome, the propane compartment had a tumbler lock on it. Now you can change these out to a keyed lock or a barrel key. A barrel key is the round one that's usually used for like gun safes and soda machines and shit. We're just going to put a standard key lock on here. So this, you can change out either one. We're going to change out our top one. This nut right here is a 22 millimeter, which most people don't have that size of wrench. I do. You can use a big pair of pliers to take that off, or yourself a crescent wrench. First, we need to take this tab off, and don't throw this tab away because you may need to reuse it on your new tumbler. And the new one will come with 3 or 4, I think, in this set of ways to adjust it, but I did reuse my original one on the other side. So we're going to take a Phillips head screwdriver, take this off, lefty loosey, and then take this tumbler off. All right, so once you get the nut off, you're just going to wiggle this out, and we'll get it pulled out of here. You have to turn this sideways so that mounts also. Now you do need to measure between this backing plate and the actual end of your the barrel there, right there, not necessarily the square piece, because you can assume that this is roughly a 1/16 of an inch roughly. Measure that, because these do come in many locks. Now most of these are going to be 1 inch on most compartments. I would say 90%, but there may be a different reason why yours has a longer one or a shorter one. So just measure it. I'm going to link the 1 inch in there. These are all 5/8 round, so that'll fit right through the hole. So don't get one that's bigger than 5/8 unless you want to take this off and measure your diameter and see if you do need a larger one. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this while the Goo Gon's doing its work and put in the new lock. So here's the new kit. Again, this is a set of 2. They are keyed the same, so you'll get 4 keys, so they have plenty. If you want to swap out more locks on any other compartments, the procedure will be exactly the same. Now if you're not doing the seal, that's fine, but we're going to do the seal on this compartment. Now if you're going into fiberglass, you won't need this actual plate right here, which will go on the tumbler itself on the outside. So say you're going to mount this to a cabinet, just a wood cabinet, so it doesn't move and you don't have that square edge. You'll put this on there, putting the teeth back towards the door, and it'll dig into the door. So we don't need that plate at all for this procedure, because this lock has this backing plate to hold it there, and you're not going to get those little metal prongs through the fiberglass. So this will be the only piece that goes through the outside. And go ahead and get your key out and put that in there too, so you can line up how you're going to have it mount. Now you can turn this 180. So I want my locks, when they're locked, to all be sideways, so I know on these cabinets that they're locked. And then once we get this little nut out, there's a flatter side and a rounder side. Put the flat side towards this plate right here. So we're going to go ahead and screw this on. After you do that, guys, you have your 3 plates that came with the new lock, and then we have our old one, which I reused my old one because this one, I needed one with the bend in it, and this was just a little bit short to get the grip I want on the cabinet, and straight was not going to work. So now when we come to our door, I have this right here, and again, when it's down, it's going to be unlocked. So now once we got our new seal in, you can see right there that we're going to have our lock position here. Again, if you want to line up with this, it's irrelevant. You guys do it however you want. All you have to do is just turn it 180 to do that. And of course, we can see we still have a lot of play here because we don't have the seal in. But at the end of the day, this cannot come loose now. It's not going to come back. As long as you have a good enough bite on that ledge in there with the plate that you choose to use, it can no longer just flop open in the wind. And I'm telling you, these things will turn in the wind. You have enough of it, they'll work themselves loose. So now that we got our new one done, and you can see right here you have a anti-reverse type washer that came with the kit. Use that, and so now we're golden. Now we're just going to go ahead and clean up the rest of this and get ready for the new seal. Now we'll recommend something while the Goo Gon's doing its work is getting these plastic razor blades for your garage or your house. They're good for cleaning your glass oven, scraping soap scum, and man, I don't have big fingernails, so getting in here while it's working and being able to peel away a huge layer of any adhesive, super nice. You're not going to damage paint, they won't damage glass. So just a huge thing, super cheap. I'll link everything down below so you'll be good to go and get all of this stuff on the Zon to do this project. So now we got another layer off. I'm going to saturate it another time with that. And then I did go ahead and try and bend mine back a little bit here, but I can see where somebody's tried to do it before, they tore this aluminum. So just be careful, these edges can be sharp, everybody. So after you do that, guys, I keep my bottle of alcohol and water. It's a 50-50 split. I keep that in here because the Goo Gone is a little greasy. So I sprayed down the door jamb. We got it all wiped down with that. And now this other side that we took the adhesive off. And you can spray that several different times. But the cool thing about it is it lifts grease and it evaporates quickly. So it dries quickly. And it helps us prep that surface. Now this kit is going to come with a primer sheet. So you can read the instructions, obviously. But basically you're going to apply this to the rim, and then we're going to start putting on the seal. Now while you're doing this, I don't like stretching this too tight. I want to kind of let it have a little bit of slack in here. We don't want necessarily any of this to be super tight, so we want to seal down and not feel like it's overstretched. Now they started their seal at the bottom. We're just going to do the same thing, guys. So this kit will be enough for 2 large propane tank cabinets. This one's probably 24 by 15 or 16, so it'll be more than enough. So just again, leave some slack in there, and then we're gonna get the rest of this on. Then once you get it all wrapped up, you just go back around it, push it all down again, guys, and that is how you're gonna change out your floppy door to secure it and put in a new seal. And this door is nice and tight and secure. As always, guys, appreciate you guys stopping by. Make sure you head over to the channel, hit the search bar, and check out tons of other RV content, tons of vehicle content, and we'll catch you on the next one.